Medicaid expansion has been, well, we'll call it a hot topic, I guess. Hot potato, maybe, Tanshi. Tanshi Weaver's here to talk about it.
I think you could say that. It is a hot topic because there is a lot of desire in some circles to expand Medicaid in our state. The governor has not taken a stand, so to speak, but I make a prediction. This is an agenda item. It will happen.
Are you suggesting that it will happen in the next year?
Well, yes, actually I am suggesting that because there's a summer study group. There's a study group that's been convened to evaluate the situation. And there's also a lady going around the state by the name of Joy Smolniski. I hope I pronounced her name correctly.
Joy, that sounds right.
Yes. And even the Smolniski part. She gave a presentation the other night that not too many people knew about, I don't think, because the crowd was small. But the crowd was full of kindred spirits.
Decidedly liberal.
Exactly.
Yes.
And, you know, I didn't really take issue with anything. I wanted to absorb as much of the information as it was being presented as possible. But yes, it is a kind of consensus building effort, I believe, because of the way it's presented, how it's a win-win situation for our state.
You know, Tanshi, it's interesting that you would predict that the governor is going to support Medicaid expansion, because in the last legislative session, he was pretty clear that he was against any expansion of Medicaid. But now there's a summer study group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, funny how things change when summer study groups happen. And we saw last year the results of, or the product of all of this summer group studies where stakeholders get together.
Stakeholders.
And, yes. They get together and they discuss and write legislation, and of course they all compromise, because all the compromising is done by the time it hits the legislature, and these things are shepherded through untouched.
You know, Tanshi, our listeners might not understand everything about the legislative process, but folks, what you need to know is that just by virtue of the fact that there is a summer study tells you there's significant interest in Medicaid expansion, because summer studies are voted on by the legislators. And they don't become summer studies unless the legislators say, yes, we want to study it.
That's right. And one of the more pivotal summer studies that has happened in our state was the Zinnia Project in 2007. This Medicaid expansion is exactly what is prescribed by the Zinnia Project.
So was a whole litany of government-run health care programs.
That's true.
It was like the forerunner to Hillary Care and Obamacare, wasn't it?
That's exactly true.
Who was ahead of that?
The chair was Lieutenant Governor Dennis Dugard. And
obviously not the same guy who's governor now.
Yes, coincidentally, I think not.
and who gave him his marching orders?
Well, that would be Governor Rounds, who
not the same Governor Rounds who wants to be our next senator.
And fight bureaucracy. Yes.
Oh
it's
my!
The same man.
The same.
Yes.
The dynamic duo strikes again. Sorry, well, I derailed your...
That's okay. That's okay. It's just that that if you read the outcome of the Zinnia Project, the final report, and especially the unattributed comments where things are discussed, we've learned that this is something that has not really been opposed. It's really been, how do we do it?
The chute has been greased.
Yes.
The prediction has been made. Watch and see if Tanshi Weaver's right that this administration in South Dakota will support expansion of Medicaid.